Hi everyone, and welcome back to Tip Time Thursday. We're doing a 5-video series here with our guest and speaker and teacher, Michelle Hubbard. And today we're going to talk about the faint fear sequence.
Yeah, the faint fear signature.
Okay.
And, you know, faint can come up when something is directed towards us. And this is the sort of thing that can come up in a business situation, in a meeting, or in some sort of a conversation with your boss when a question is thrown at you, or if you're a student when the teacher calls on you unexpectedly and you just kind of faint. You go stupid. And all of a sudden you're like, what? There's like this fog of stupid that's all inside of you. The way to combat this fear signature and bring yourself into yourself, because to faint is to just kind of totally leave.
Yeah, and pass out.
Yeah, literally empty-headed, is to do a welcoming gesture. And provided you're in an environment where you can, one of the best gestures is what we call love scoops, where you scoop up some love and bring it into your chest, and scoop up some love and bring it into your chest. And as you're doing this motion, really slowly, you don't want to, just flap at yourself. You want to scoop some life back and bring it into you. You'll start to melt the faint. And then you become more present in and as yourself. Now, if you're in a situation where you aren't able to do that, you can kind of under the table start doing a love scoop into your belly, which is where fear resides anyway. So sending some love there is going to go ahead and open it up. But the love scoop of bringing life back into yourself when you faint is what's going to return you to consciousness, return you to yourself, remind you to take a breath or two into your belly. If you can do remember to do the yes breath, where you do the rocking forward, take it in, and then don't hold your breath there, because when we feel scared, one of the things we'll do is we'll do the startle kind of constriction thing and hold our breath. So you want to release your exhale right at the top of your inhale. If you can do this, then you'll be able to answer that question no matter who throws it at you. And it may even be beyond what notes you've ever taken, what lesson you've studied. It may come from that intuitive place where, knowledge beyond our thoughts even can happen. But that's the fear signature of faint, where you just feel yourself going stupid. And, if you hear yourself saying, oh, I don't know. Gee, I don't know that a lot, you're really doing a subtle form of fainting. And it isn't just that you don't know, because you aren't following it up with, and I'll find out about that. It's a way of saying to yourself, I'm feeling scared about this for some reason or in some way.
Is that like when you forget something that you know so well, like all of a sudden you can't remember your combination to your locker or something like that? Is that fainting?
It can be a fear signature, yeah. It could also be, do I want to be here? Do I want to be where my locker is? That's one thing. It could, the bottom line is, and that's the perception, the perceptiveness of your question, is it is telling you something.
Okay.
It may be telling you, I have a no to being here, and you want to be sure and listen when your own no's come up and to honor them. Or it may tell you, am I scared of something? And you might want to ask yourself, do I feel safe here? And do you? And if you do, then is there something I'm trying to avoid? It's a way of starting a conversation with yourself, that's for sure. But to have that conversation with yourself, first you have to get out of the fear signature. You have to get out of the fear grip. And if it's the faint that's coming up for you, then, doing a little bit of welcoming gesture in some way. And, these are all, the fear signatures are all things you can play with, because there may be instances where you combine a freeze and a faint. You freeze and then you go stupid. And so, maybe you want to do a combination of a wiggle and you want to do a wiggling welcome sort of a thing or something. But it's all an invitation to be able to know yourself better, to, study the most fascinating subject in the world, you.
And maybe also to break a pattern instead of going with the fear and running down that road where you go crazy, you can kind of bring love into the situation.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, anytime we can bring more love to ourselves, that's definitely a good thing. Because my experience, you know, first of all with myself and as I listen to others, is that we're harder on ourselves than we would ever be to anyone else.
It's true.
And so, yeah, when you can recognize, for example, you know, that you're fainting, it's an opportunity to gently, you know, bring some love scoops up. And
you can hide it like under the table.
Yeah, you can hide it under the table, or, you know, if you're in the place, make it a big, you know, all hank and handful of love and bring it right up to your heart, or bring it up to your face. You know, are you feeling, you know, what is that, Mary, on your face? And that's, you know, what makes you go faint. You know, bring some, you know, love stuff up to your face, or, you know, whatever it is, play with it in a way that's going to help you the most to become all you are.
Thanks for the great tips, Michelle.
Oh, you're welcome.
And how can we get in touch with you if we want to get to know you better, or have more questions, or any of that kind of stuff?
Oh gosh, yeah, I'd love to interact with you. And if you let me know that you heard about me from Mary's Thursday tip time, I'd love to have a free 30-minute conversation with you and get to show you more about how whatever you're feeling scared of right now, facing into that and leading from it can make you a better leader. My email address is scared and then the letter N sacred@gmail.com, and my Facebook page is scaredNsacred@gmail.com. Oh my gosh, Scared and Sacred, you know, on Facebook. And then I have a website that is evolving, and that is scaredNsacred.com.
Thanks, Michelle. And
Thank you, Mary.
We'll put links in the description in case you missed any of the things. And thanks for joining us again on this Tip Time Thursday. And we have one more tip for you to go. See you next time. Don't forget to visit my website, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my newsletter. Thanks for joining me on Tip Time Thursday.